So the Las Vegas Raiders trade up to the end of the fourth round with the last pick in the fourth round, which feels like it matters for some reason because, Sam Howell was the first pick of the fifth round. Aidan O'Connell now the last pick of the fourth round, but he'll be a fourth rounder, and Howell will be a fifth rounder. But I digress. Aidan O'Connell has been selected by the Las Vegas Raiders, a guy who I did have on my top 10 quarterback list. I had him at number 10, though. There's still two players that I had higher, but okay, whatever. Quarterbacks, they're fluky, especially this late in the draft. If you're getting a quarterback, whatever. O'Connell's an interesting player, certainly. He is someone who, I talked about when I made my top 10 list, kind of a couple of guys at the end of the list, like O'Connell. I was kind of thinking, okay, who are the players that I could see being a potential Brock Purdy? Someone who maybe comes in, everyone overlooks, but in a perfect situation can thrive, which, that's what McDaniels is trying to do here with, have sort of a system relatively similar to the Niners. It's different, but, kind of same idea of what they ask out of a quarterback, I would say. Maybe O'Connell could be that guy. I don't think it's crazy. I mean, first, let's just talk about why he was a late fourth rounder to begin with. Doesn't have a big arm. You see a ton of air under his throws, and he really is a pure pocket passer. The other issue is, turnovers. He was number one, according to PFF, on turnover-worthy plays last year in college, so that's not great. Also is 24. So there's some issues, but there's things I like. He does make his reads, I think, relatively well, despite the fact that he will think he can make every single throw. He still goes through his progressions nicely and things like that. Has good timing on his throws as well. Not a lot of young quarterbacks get the timing aspect of the game. He does. And I even have in my notes, could succeed in a perfect situation. He was good in 2021. I think if his 2022 and 2021 seasons were flipped, I think he gets drafted earlier. Was not as good in 2022. Had a couple great games, but just didn't have a fantastic situation. So he's someone who, for the Raiders, it's interesting because they have some quarterbacks on their roster. Again, when I see this pick, I don't think, a potential Jimmy G replacement. I think Jimmy G is the starter. I think that's it. What I see is just, maybe even potentially like a Bailey Zappi type scenario, although I like Zappi a lot more than I like O'Connell coming out of the draft. That was actually pretty high on Zappi. But, for the Raiders, they have Garoppolo, but they also have Brian Hoyer and Chase Garbers, who are both on the roster. Two guys who, Garbers was an undrafted free agent. Maybe they don't have much confidence in him. Maybe that's why. But still, seems like they have a couple of guys. But I'm wondering if this is their idea to solidify the backup position. Patriots have always, highly valued the backup position. And so obviously McDaniels coming from the Patriots system, that's what, not really from their system, but, from their coaching tree, I'm sure that he sort of also values the backup position, so that's why they're making this move. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the selection. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about Jake Haener, the newest member of the Las Vegas Raiders? Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.